Hey guys, it's Josh, and welcome back to another episode of Little Nightmares. This is the final episode, during which we will be going over the extras, as well as going back into the residence, not the settings, the residence, to pick up one, and to get one achievement that we missed. It's early on in the level, so we need to be we're going to do that first. We will also be in this video. I'll also be talking about what we know of the Moor and the gnomes, and basically what we know of canon so far. This is where we'll be bringing we will be coming back here later in the level to get this new achievement that we missed last time. But for now, we're just going to proceed as normal. Well, that's certainly not proceeding as normal. Getting captured was not in my plan for today, but okay, sure. As you remember, there was nothing we could do in this room at first. That's not red. Wait. Frick. Well, we don't really need to be up here, so... We're fine. We're fine. I'll be honest with you, I don't actually remember where we're going, so... Ooh. Well, the priority's not on these, so... She's still there. And we need that thing, so... Which means we're gonna have to go all the way through the level again, really. So we know 4 definitely did. Actually, if you'll give me a second. This one. Creepy face. And mustache guy. No, it's triangle for this. No, I'm just being silly on purpose. Well, that's not right. There we go. And yes, in case you're wondering, that does mean we'll probably have to go through that room with the little shadow things. Oh no. So, in order to get the achievement we need, the Ashes to Ashes achievement, there is a red book in the top left and in here. Wait, no, never mind. No, my mistake, I was wrong. Down here. And into the library. And for a grey book, it's this one. I'm gonna bring it all the way down here. Use. Oh, you are kidding me. Oh, I brought the wrong book. Newsflash, Josh, you're the other one with a mask on it. Idiot. I would never have thought of that until now. Oh, obviously. You don't have to get the key and unlock the door to be able to do this. You just need to get but you do have to move the other two statues so that the lady will move from where she was standing. So pick up the book. As you saw, this one has the other half of the mask on it. I don't know why I missed that before. Well, that's depressing. Ashes to ashes. Dust to dust. Well, there we go. Then I'm just going to exit to main menu. Oh, you're kidding me. And got the same error message again. Well, at least we weren't really in the middle of anything. I suppose. Anyway, I'm going to reload the game and then restart the recording. I'll see you guys back here in roughly a minute or so. See you guys shortly. Alright guys, sorry about that, we're back. Back now. I'm back with the final episode of Little Nightmares, as we were before. Let's look at some concept art. Gnomes, which is interestingly enough not their first design. Their original design was and had them looking a lot more wooden, made of and with barrel-shaped heads and very long noses. Leeches from, well, where have we ever seen those before? That's horrifying. What the hell is that thing in the back? Is that like a giant fish? Ew. That is what the mall looks like from the outside. When it's letting guests board, as we saw at the beginning of chapter 3 as 6. Oh, I remember that. But now I don't remember that. That's kind of horrifying. So horrifying. Ah, the runaway kids and the granny. Yeah, great. Okay, moving on. So essentially that is the concept art of what the mall looks like. We don't have a 100%, we're not 100% certain that that's what it looks like, but that's the closest thing we've got at the moment. The furnace from earlier in and from the second DLC chapter. More furnace type focusy shots. Yep. Ooh. Ooh. Gravy. And that is every single piece of concept art. Now the credits. I'm not going to make you sit through them again. They're the same thing we sat through before. The masks. Basically, I'll start the first this level again just to show you what they are. Of course, you can't skip the intro cutscene with the ladies, so basically it just gives Six, the ladies, his geisha mask. Kinda cute, but at the same time not so cute. Okay, now I promised lore, and I shall deliver lore. When I promised lore, and I shall deliver lore. Starting with the more. Time for some more lore. Sorry, I couldn't remember this. The more is basically what we know about the Maw is we don't know who made it, we don't know why they made it, we don't know when they made it or how, but we do know it is a kind of underwater. It was designed as a kind of underwater resort that caters to the rich and powerful. The lady is, or was, after the Six's adventure, the operator of the Maw, And, well, she had her servants capture her children, lure them, capture them or lure them to the moor with promises of, well, assorted things. The children were then either killed, wrapped up by the janitor. When the bodies were wrapped up by the janitor, delivered to the kitchen, and where they were cut into meat by the chef and served to the guests. Or, if the children tried to escape and managed to get all the way to the lady steals their souls, forcing their souls to work for her forever after. Hence the shadow of children being known as spectres that we saw in the runaway kids as this chapter when they faced off against the lady. Oh, okay, so... And she turned the kids themselves into gnomes. Just like she did with the runaway kid at the end of the Residence. It's one episode ago. Okay, so 6. We know very little of it. We actually know very little about 6. In fact, what we do know about her is she is approximately 9 years old. She, and according to and revealed the comics, the Little Nightmares comics, of which only 2 of them have been released out of 4. She originally lived in an unnamed city until she was captured by a servant of the lady, known as the Ferryman, and she was unwillingly brought to the moor. At some point previous to this, she was also a prisoner in a similar prison, except this time a mansion and on the edge of a cliff known as the Nest. This was revealed in the iOS /Android game Very Little Nightmares, this game was released in May 30, 2019. And during which it is revealed that the character known as Six stole and took her iconic little raincoat from someone who tried to stay and who also tried to escape, and was before her escape attempt, known as the girl in the yellow raincoat. Now, what else is there? The lady. What do we know about the lady? Very little. We don't know her, and we know that she is incredibly powerful. We know that she runs the moor and is the until the moment of her death is said to cast a spell that keeps it running. We know that she is incredibly vain and narcissistic. We know that her powers include teleportation, darkness camouflage, life absorption, creation of shadow children, the spectres from her library, and gnome conversion. Her her only known weakness is having light directly shone at her. Okay, what else do we... Oh, the guests. Yes, the guests. We have a little bit of lore on the guests. This as well. We know that they're the rich and powerful of the world, basically. The A Little Nightmares website describes them thus. The guests are an essential part of the Moor's life cycle. Herded into the large hall, they slump into their bowing stools, and there they feed. Without taste, without need, without end. And then they leave, one way or another. Okay, there are 4, and the guests, well, actually we know very little about them at all. So, okay, random facts about the guests. Just instead of lore then, because we actually know very little about them. At all. Okay, so, the guests, 4 different models. Yes, 4 different models, it's amazing, really. Are each named in the game's audio files, which identify them as Harry, Megan, that's M-A-G-G-A-N, not M-E-G-H-A-N or any similar spelling, Peggy, and Padan, P-A-D-D-A-N. As it is difficult to distinguish the voices as between the guests, obviously, the only one that is clearly identifiable is the female guest, whose name is Megan. As seen at the end of Six's last chapter, it's implied that the lady drains the life force or energy of the guests. Despite the fact they are said to leave the Moor one way or another, they are only ever seen boarding the Moor from their travel boat, never vice versa. In spite of the fact that the vegetables can be found in the kitchen, the guests appear to be entirely carnivorous, as none of the food they are ever seen eating is of a vegetable nature. No, I mean, at least they're getting a lot of protein in, right? It is implied that the guests, when or if they die, it's implied that they're fed to each other. At certain points during the kitchen section, you can see the twin chefs cutting up meat that is in the shape of the guests' faces. And in the trash areas, Six encounters large piles of shoes resembling those belonging to guests, as well as luggage. Anyway, on that horrifying note, I think we're actually going to end this video and therefore the series off here. It'll be a couple of weeks before my next series starts. That gives me time to actually plan it out properly and get a few episodes recorded in advance. Unlike this time, and where everything was recorded in a panic, need to get it out for Halloween. So, I guess I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. This episode will go up on Monday, the 11th my time. On Monday the 11th of November my time. And, well, that'll be the end of the series. So, if you've enjoyed the video, a like rating is very much appreciated. Hit the subscribe button down below to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you have already subscribed but you've been missing notifications, then click the bell icon down below right next to the subscribe button to make sure that you don't miss any notifications for videos in the future. Share the video with your friends if you think they might enjoy my content as well. Leave a comment down below. And my Facebook, Twitter, and Discord information is, as usual, in the description box down below. Alright, well, with that, Jonas and I'll see you guys next time for something entirely different. Until then, Josh and Jonas out.